G'day all, it's Colin from PCTLC and thanks for joining me. Well, we're on back on the PureOS 8 Gnome desktop, another fresh install, and we're going to have another look at extra apps. So first of all, probably have a look around the desktop a bit first before we do anything. So let's do that. If we have a look at the tweak tool here, yep, this one here, didn't show anyone around the desktop on the last video. It was all focused on apps, so this time I haven't really tried what I'm going to do to on this occasion. I'm just gonna go with it and see how we go. Let's have a look at the appearance. I've got the Pro Dark theme happening there and the papyrus icons. And I will probably, the title bar buttons, maximize and minimize. I prefer to have those. And then let's have a look at extensions. So normally the default GNOME desktop has a lot of extensions installed, but rarely are any of them actually switched on, except for this one, removable drive, which is this one here. Okay, so that's my FritzNAS, which is connected to my modem on the home network. So let's have a look at info or about. That's about, is that one there? Pure Tosh for Toshiba and the GNOME desktop, so I can tell the difference on the network. PureOS. We're up to date. I've done a sudo apt space full dash upgrade, I think, which is the same as dist dash upgrade as well. I think they're both the same. And we have all these things here. So pretty much your standard GNOME desktop anyway. Tweak tool is installed by default on PureOS. That's really nice to see. So I'm happy with that. So let's have a look at applications just very quickly in the GNOME desktop. We've got boxes installed, LibreOffice. Excuse me. The only thing I've installed is Simple Screen Recorder. We've got Thunderbird, the to-do, software update, software. I'm just wondering if we do a search for Synaptic, whether it's in there. Synapse. No Synaptic, so we'll probably have to just install it straight from the terminal if we need it. But okay, let's get to the apps, which is the main reason for the video. So let's see what Serge has put down here on YouTube 16 hours ago. This is what we're going to do. We're going to create a file called cherrytree.list, and he says you can add these lines to it here. And he also said, oh, this line here and this line here. And he said SID was a bad idea. Fair enough, big mistake. So I think the general consensus was butcher. So I did that to see if I could get some sort of response from people to push me in the right direction. So that seems to be working so far. So what we need to do is we need to go to sudo, no, not sudo, change directory to etc at sources sources.list.d. That's where we want to go. And let's have a look here. Cherrytree.list, we need to name it, so that's what we need to do. So we will sudo touch. Let's try touch. I don't want to make a directory, do I? No, I want a file. So cherrytree.list. Let's check that out. Let's go to this one here and go to a file manager so I can see what's going on. And there's my cherrytree.list. So let's just make sure that's correct. Let's see, cherrytree.list. Yep, it doesn't. The name doesn't matter, but must end with .list. Okay. So let's add. I'm not going to be messing around with dependencies. I'm going to do what Serge has said here, and I'm going to, he said you can save the modifications and then sudo apt update, then sudo apt install missing dependency, I think he means, or easier, sudo apt install cherrytree. So these must be the ones that I was looking for, but it's not in the main. It's not in the sources.list, so that's must be the alternative. So sudo nano cherrytree.list. And let's add that one there like so, and then we'll add the other one as well. Paste. Don't know why, but my mouse mat just seems to go wandering all the time. So we've got stretch update, stretch main. So he's using the stretch. So that's what he's doing. So SID's a bad idea, fair enough. And I didn't realise you put it in the sources.list.d. So that's new to me. That's good information. I have to remember all this. That's the hard part, remembering it all. That's right, once I get my cherrytree installed, we'll be able to put it all down in cherrytree so I know what's going on. So now what we need to do is go back to I must have closed my, I closed it, didn't I? Yep. So let's do a sudo apt update. Okay, so there's two packages that can be upgraded. So let's go app list upgradable, and I've never tried that before. Let's have a look at that. Just interested to know what's upgradable. They must be just part of the, what are they from? Which repo are they from? I'm not sure. Alright, so let's do sudo apt full upgrade. And let's do that. Let's bring it up to speed. Alright, now we'll try sudo apt install cherrytree. I've held broken packages. Alright, now we're going to probably need Synaptic. I could probably try the fix command, if I can remember which one that is. Fix broken packages, and let's have a look. Let's reload that. Search for cherry tree. Let's go to properties and have a look. Dependencies. So I think it's got broken packages still, I think. Let's try that. Apply. Could not apply changes. Fix broken packages first. Right. This is my sticking point. Broken packages. I don't like dealing with broken packages. See, SID worked better than this. Let's have a look. Update. Let's try update. -- fix -- missing. Let's try that. All packages are up to date. So let's try again. So that app Python - app indicator is a problem. So let's have a look. So Surge didn't have any issue for installing Python - app indicator. All right. See, I think this is the problem I came across before. The packages, it depends on lib indicator 1, but it needs the 92-4, but the 92-7 is to be installed. So the packages are out of date. That's why I installed SID to try and overcome that. The only other thing I can probably do bear in mind this is a completely fresh install. Everything was completely up to date and it's not playing ball. Frustrating. So I don't know where these ones are pulling from, just a stretch main, but something's amiss. Maybe gdebi will install. Let's check that out. Well, we might have a chance with gdebi. Alright, so it looks like gdebi is going to install, so I'm going to go to my network files. That's the cherrytree.deb. And that looks like it's worked all right. So let's try installing cherrytree with the .deb file. So all is not lost. Oh. gdebi select. Oh. An older version is in the packages, but yeah, that's not happening, is it? Okay, so it looks like a cherrytree is installed. Now, I was just doing a search on the internet. Broken packages is not my it's not normally my thing, but I believe that when there's a broken package, maybe you need to apply after you've clicked broken packages. Probably too late now. So edit and fix broken packages, and then, well, I can't apply anything because it didn't do anything, did it? Apply marked changes. See, it's not applying any marked changes anyway. You can't do that. So just thought I'd double check on that. So it looks like we've successfully installed cherrytree, which is the 0.38, which is good. So that's done. So it looks like Serge's little thing helped here. It didn't help to install cherrytree, but it did help to install gdebi. That's pretty much all I need. Now, the other thing we're going to do is we're going to install Flatpak support, because I was looking at, I did that on the Plasma video, and I forgot that I did that, and I was trying to do, is already the newest version, okay. So let's install the plugin for the Gnome Software Center. Keep forgetting to do sudo. Software Flatpak plugin is already installed as well. Okay. So it must be, I doubt whether the repo was in there though. That would be the thing. There's always something that's not there. Other things seem to be there, but never seem to be fully there. See, definitely that wasn't there. There you go. So it's the repo that's not there. So that's done. So then I was trying to install Zoom, and I did with the SID repo using gdebi, but there is a Zoom in Flatpak. So what do you guys reckon, gdebi or Flatpak? There'd be a lot of, I'm sure that would create a lot of discussions. Some people like Flatpaks and some people don't. Some people like snaps and some people don't. Some people despise all of them. But .deb files have probably been trusted for a long time. Flatpaks are only new, but at least it has some sort of containment. I'll restart the system and we shall come back and check out installing Zoom as a Flatpak. Okay, so we're back into the desktop. We'll open the software manager, and that way we get to have a look at the software manager as well in Gnome. And let's do a search for Zoom and see if that's in there. And there it is, Zoom. Nice, so let's install that. And maybe what I'll do is I'll run with this GNOME desktop all week, and this coming Sunday, or for me Sunday morning, for a lot of other people it'll be Saturday night, I shall use this on BigDaddyLinux Live, and I'll keep my main system ready just in case. Hopefully it all works well. Boy, these Flatpaks are not quick to install, are they? They can take a little while. So that's Zoom installed. Flatpak. Let's have a look. Normally if that starts up, there shouldn't be any problems. As long as I can access my mic and camera. Let me plug my camera in first. 628 113.18.27. Let's join that. Of course Rocco won't be there. Let's just go and test audio and stuff, see whether that's working. So Yeti stereo microphone, speaker, no, speaker is built. So the mic is there, so the mic is working. Automatically join audio by computer when joining a meeting, and video, video's there. So that's all working good. So I would say all the devices seem to be well on track, and the output volume should be fine. So let's quit that. Let's quit that and leave meeting, and that's all hopefully set up for this Saturday night or Sunday morning for me anyway. So in summary, let's just have a quick look here. We made a file in Etsy at sources.list.d called cherrytree.list with these two repos here from Deviant. And do I need to uncomment these, or can they run side by side with the PureOS repo? I'm sure that will be fine anyway to do that. One thing that didn't work was installing cherrytree. So, but it did come through with the gdebi, and that allowed me to install the .deb file of cherrytree. So I suppose it doesn't matter which way you do it as long as it works. Broken packages. What are they? Are they the wrong versions of dependencies? Broken packages are my Linux kryptonite. I just hate dealing with broken packages. Every time I see that, I just really don't want to know about it. Don't really understand it too much, to be honest, but it can be a right pain in the backside. We've got status here, so I don't really know. Oh, there we go, broken. So there's nothing in there in regards to broken anyway. Missing recommends. So what was the one that wasn't installing for me was the Python-app indicator, wasn't it? Okay, so there's the depends. Gobject, Python-gobject, but is not going to be installed. So when it says that, that means you cannot install it, doesn't it? So you're up the creek without a paddle pretty much, aren't you? Unless you can work out some sort of workaround, which is what I've done. So I'm not sure, I really don't know what you can do if it says that it's not going to be installed. I don't believe you can force the installation. There may be something that you guys might know that I don't, but as far as I'm aware, once it says it cannot be installed, I believe it cannot be installed. So, but that little workaround with the cherrytree.list file in the sources apps, Etsy apps sources.list.d folder has worked a treat on this occasion. So if it means that I've got the correct repos there, and do I uncomment them or do I leave them commented and continue to run them alongside the PureOS repos, I would like someone to explain which way that goes. I'm sure you just leave them commented and you just continue to use them side by side with PureOS, I would say, and with the PureOS repos. I would say that would be the case. So I'm happy I've got my applications running, and I believe probably just about everything else I use is probably in the PureOS repos. To use the repos or not to use the stretch repos or not to use the stretch repos, that's the question. Now that I've got what I want, do I uncomment it and switch it off like I was doing with Sid? Because I think that might be the best way to do it, because I really do want to know that I'm getting it, whether it is or is not in the PureOS repos. So maybe I should switch them off. So what do you guys think? So I'm sure that is the best way to install Cherrytree with gdebi. I hope so. The repos that I'm using is from stretch main, so that's all good. So there's no problems there as well. So everything's running okay. So any comments about the stretch repos, to keep them on or not to keep them on? I'd like to know what you guys think, because I really want to know when I'm installing an application. It's probably best if I know whether it's from PureOS repos or not. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative and helpful. Hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.